You're listening to BoomBox Weekly.
What's up? What's up? We are back with another episode of BoomBox Weekly, and we have the man himself, Daniel Curtis Lee from Neds Declassified School Survival Guide.
Legend.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm your co-host, Gentel, Sharrie.
And I'm Adonis Armstrong, tapped in 24/7 LC. And without further ado, let's bring in, Daniel Curtis Lee, a legend. Friday After Next, Zeke and Luther.
Hey.
Most of millennials and Gen Zs grew up on this, man.
Our whole childhood.
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
It was crazy watching that, you know what I'm saying? Then me actually grew up same neck of the woods. Actually played together senior year in high school.
Clinton Arrows.
Yeah, he came back home
Gotta
for his
represent.
senior year to play football.
Yeah.
And we've been clicked up ever since.
Yep.
Appreciate you having me on the show today,
appreciate it,
brother.
brother.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
lit. Yes, thank you for coming out.
No problem. Was I supposed to grab?
Oh, it's okay. It's all good.
Thanks for having me.
Like
I
I
was
mess
just
with
like-
you, but
yeah.
I don't mess with you.
Okay.
I gotta kiss the hand. How do I do it?
But what you been up to, man? Some things you been up to, man.
Top of 2023, man. This podcast has been huge. The Neds Declassified podcast. I hope y'all got a chance to watch it. Y'all
Yes,
watch it?
yes.
Seen pieces of it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the right answer. I don't know if I believe you, but
I promise. It's all three of you all, back reunited and
We're
stuff.
reunited and it feels so good.
Yes.
But yeah, that's been a big thing for us. There was always talk of like the reboot of the show.
Okay.
And, we were like, what can we give the fan base outside of something that is controlled by other entities? Like, Paramount, they own that. CBS, Nickelodeon, they own that. And it's go when they say go. But a podcast, that's something, the fans requesting it. We can literally give them this and they can support it in the way they want to. So, grab life by the horns.
So are y'all trying to do like a reboot or something on it? To inspire a reboot? Like a older age reboot or something?
Like maybe you guys are teachers or come in as, parents.
He's like,
That's the one. Like we have a couple scripts in play. Devin Werkheiser, who played Ned, and myself, we got together and we wrote a script that we actually pitched to Netflix. They're still airing Neds Declassified on there. All these other streaming services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we went to the big players in that streaming game. Was like, okay, we can come back and we can do this script. And they're like, I don't know if we, really need to invest all the money to try and make this thing a thing.
Yeah.
So ultimately, we got a pass on that, So we're like, yo, we gonna show you all the metrics, generate the income ourselves, and then, y'all will be fools to not do the reboot.
Seriously, it was such a hit show, and then you guys still have a big following, like right now.
Yeah, we're loving it. Being able to reach and see these individual fans, and with the podcast game, you have a much more intimate connection to the people that support you. So it's been a real cool journey. I'm loving it.
Dope. So, how was it, being a child star? You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like you didn't have a normal childhood. You know what I'm saying? So, just a little insight on that.
Child star. I mean, and that's so because it kind of. It's become cliched, like, what is a child star? Like, at what point do you know you're a child star? Like, I'm on a Nickelodeon show that was, not the biggest. It wasn't like, Zoe 101 or something like that. Not to even say that Zoe 101 was bigger, because we had such a cult following, and it just resonated with
it
so
was.
many people.
That was a big show. That was a big show.
So child star, but I never was in a position where I just had, like, crazy fans, like, rushing me or something like that. Oh, I got to go in and hide and hop in the limo and get ushered away. It was never like that for me. I was able to pretty much blend in. And I mean, like, like I went to high school, just walking the halls just like everybody else. My parents, I think, did a good job of keeping me in public school while I was on TV and stuff like that. That way I didn't get too lost in the sauce and get those typical kind of child star mishaps and issues that kind of arise when you are growing up with a completely different reality than people, and you can't really relate to them, and then you find yourself in situations that are less than desirable. Yada yada, y'all know.
Is that why you came back to Mississippi your senior year, to just to experience a different type of lifestyle?
Partially. I was really ready to kind of take a break, and it was great. It was therapeutic for me. Not having to do all of the carpet showing up having to look a certain way. Okay, you got to get, have somebody trying to do makeup, hair, all the time. It's like, yo, I just want to show up, be myself, be appreciated for, just my natural abilities and things like that without it having to be tied to looks or things like that, So I felt like it was healthy for me. But then again, it's like, like, what is a child star even in the first place?
Yeah.
We all humans out here, and the minute you can just realize that you won't get caught in the whole big head mentality of, oh, I have to live this life or put on some type of facade. Like, I just try to keep it real wherever I go,
Okay.
I wake up, stink breath just like everybody else, gotta brush them teeth, Sometimes I be, messing up the money, and gotta, work some jobs, try to pull that together and stuff like that. So I've lived a fairly normal life,
Okay.
So, growing up in Mississippi, you got the role on Neds Declassified.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about? Did you audition in Mississippi, or did your parents take you to LA out to audition?
So, yeah, we were in LA at that time. My brother was the first actor in our family. My mom was always shy. She never wanted her kids to be shy, so she started putting my brother in these community plays.
Okay.
And I mean, we got pretty good arts programs in Mississippi, Agape out in Clinton and stuff like that. So these really great singing. I mean, Mississippi is the birthplace of American music and a lot of arts, So we got a lot of that down
Mississippi,
there.
you know what I mean?
We
Third coast.
you know what I mean? But yeah, so my brother got casted in this film in Mississippi called My Dog Skip. They were shooting, it was a 20th Century Fox film, and they were shooting in Mississippi, and they needed to cast a kid to play the black friend of Frankie Muniz, and he booked the role. This casting director just went to this play he was in and was like, yo, that's the kid, we need him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big movie too. That's a big movie too. My Dog Skip.
It was a big one. That kicked off Frankie Muniz's career before Malcolm in the Middle and stuff like that, But yeah, so we had done that, and then for more opportunity, my pops was a truck driver, so making that trip across the country wasn't a big thing to him. He's like, yeah, we can definitely go out to California and get these kids a chance, namely my brother. But I was I was in these car rides with my brother to these auditions, and I'm like, we were sitting in traffic for 2 hours. There's no way I'm just doing that just to come back home. I'm gonna start going on some of these auditions. Y'all tripping.
Yes.
So I started just sneaking in. My dad, he was a real hustler, so he's like, oh, okay, if my one son's coming in audition, I'm having him as well. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, my son doesn't have an agent, but he's gonna come in and audition.
Yeah.
And the first cat that gave me my shot was Ice Cube. My brother had an audition for him, and they hadn't quite found the kid, but I was there, in the waiting room. I'm ready. I had been practicing with my brother. I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go. And they stepped out and they were like, this kid, let's bring him in. Went in, auditioned, and booked the role. So
wow, that's awesome.
How was it working on that set with Cube?
Oh man,
because it was a lot of people on there. Man.
A lot of folks, man. Mike Epps,
Yes.
Cat Williams, that really kicked off the that kicked things off, man. DC Curry, it was a lot of greats.
Yeah.
On that set, man. So I had a real good time and didn't know because they were just cool, funny humans that I was interacting with. I was a kid, I didn't know their projects from past stuff or anything.
Yeah.
Well, except for Cube and Mike, but yeah, it was tight. I really enjoyed that experience. Yeah.
Nice. So how would you say the industry was before compared to now? Do you think a lot of things have changed? I mean, I'm pretty sure things have, but is there a big difference that you see?
Well, man, I mean, the entertainment world is so tied to just the rest of the world, and all these changes that take place that kind of shift the direction that the world is going. So technology is the first thing that I'm like, whoa, this changed the game. Those 2-hour car rides I was talking about going to these auditions.
Yeah.
After this whole COVID thing and the invention of Zoom and being able to FaceTime,
It's
you can
endless.
you can do these auditions on a webcam. You don't have to waste all that energy, all those resources. I'm even just gas emissions of all these cars on the freeway for nothing. Driving 2 hours just to be rejected, and it's for what when I could have just sent in a tape. So it's crazy. That's one of the biggest changes I've seen in the entertainment industry. Just the way that you get cast, and I think that's a great service to young actors and stuff like that because there's no excuses now. If you really mean to be successful, you can get together all of your, like your resume, all your information, things like that you would need, your deliverables, for your business, because you are a business. Get all that stuff together and, do it electronically, send it out where you need to send it, sign up for these platforms where you can go and audition for the same roles that I, as an actor who's established, can audition for. I love the new shift. There's a certain advantage you get from being in the room with somebody where you can really show them, like, yo, what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
But, it's like, hey, if I don't have to waste 2 hours of my day, now I can go be productive somewhere else.
Yeah.
And somewhere else. I see you're directing now. Tell us a little bit about that, the career change in that.
Directing, man. Yeah, man. I love it. Just behind the scenes, if I can give anybody some advice, if you're a creative, figure out how to do the jobs that are that surround the craft that you love and you enjoy. And that's gonna save you a lot of heartache and headaches. You don't want to be the guy who, I want to show up and be the center of attention, and somebody drops the ball, or your camera guy can't show up. Your lighting, your gaffer's not there. Now you stuck just looking. Oh, well, what do I do? Figure out how to do some behind the scenes, jobs, guys. You really, really should. It's gonna benefit you so greatly, especially in this day and age.
I think people, my bad for cutting you off. I think people don't want to be versatile nowadays. Most people, they come to LA, they want to be an actor, and that's cool. Like, that's cool. But like you said, you have to be versatile to evolve. Yeah. Because like you said, you never know when that opportunity is going to come to do something else. Like, step in. Can you do this? Oh yeah, I got that. I can do it.
Yeah.
It makes you more eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? More worthy.
Yeah, you can fit into a lot more circles too. If you choosing to be a director or a lighting guy, on this one shoot, or you the director of photography, might get you in good with the right people to where they're like, oh, didn't you say you were an actor? Or didn't you da-da-da-da? And then now you have another job. Whereas if you're just in one little craft and you have to be the center of attention, it's hard to work with other camps. And I think in this day and age, it's all about cooperation and being able to, use your skills to show people why, you deserve to be in the position you're in. So, but yeah, directing, it's been something that I've been working on since, like, back in the day, like doing like music. I grew up doing gospel. Like, I had a little traveling gospel group with my brother as a kid. This was way before the acting, back in Mississippi. You know what I mean? So we used to go from church to church and, perform and stuff, guitar and sing, yada, yada. But I continued to do the music, and then it became more secular, hip hop, more than anything. Did some tracks for, like, Nick and Disney while I was working on those shows. And it became this thing where I'm needing these videos and, directors, and I'm tired of having to, put so much effort into finding these people, and then sometimes they trying to shark you, or, pull the wool over your eyes, and, yada, yada, run off with the files and stuff like that. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and, take up the mantle and be a director. And I manage a studio downtown Los Angeles, and we get so many artists that I write for. And I'm like, I'm gonna direct these videos too, because why not? Why just have this music sit on it? Somebody needs to step up and do that. So I was like, that's what I'm gonna do in my camp. I'm gonna step up and make that happen. So I started directing music videos, and that was my kind of first intro into directing. I already loved, like, editing, because I studied under a lot of great editors on those shows as a kid, and it just made sense. So I just finished up a video with Snoop that I'm pretty proud of.
Oh, dope! Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, legends.
I know, that is a legend. Like, that's really good.
real pop culture, man. I mean, and it's so crazy how he shifted just the narrative around, like, just everybody from that NWA era, shifting the narrative to where, okay, yeah, this type of music I do, but I'm a businessman, outside of this. And, you can also just treat me like any other big American artist. I am an American artist at the end of it. And I just represent music and culture. So Snoop just nailed his transition into a more commercial success. So he's dope. But yeah, the artist that we did the video for is Khadijah. Now, she's a new up-and-comer, man. Y'all got to check her out. They remixed Bad Mama Jamma by Carl Carlton.
Ooh, I would like to hear that.
Man, you please check it out. I'm telling you, everybody check out Khadijah, Bad Mama Jamma featuring Snoop Dogg. Y'all gonna love it. And she got a big, like, Afro beat push too. She just left Afro Nation they had out in Miami. and she been killing, man. Yeah, on some really nice stages. She's originally, or her parents are from, her mom's from Sierra Leone. We went out there and just did a tour, and
Yeah, I
I
saw
shot
that.
3 videos for her out
Yeah.
there in Sierra Leone.
That's dope, man.
Wow, you've been
I
on
never
the
been
move.
over there, so I need to go over there.
Check
you
it
know what I mean?
out. West Africa is lit, man.
I was
Yeah.
reading
I've been to
some-
South Africa, Cape
so-
Town.
Okay,
But
okay,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I never. It's like with you, with legends. You know what I mean? Snoop. Is it any person in particular other than L.A.? I'll say actor who you're fond with. You know, like you looked up to as a kid, who helped you, mentored you a little bit.
Oh, that directly mentored me, not
Yeah.
just looked up to.
Yeah.
Dang, direct mentorship. That's a hard one. Hold on, I'm gonna try to think about it because I don't want to leave no people out.
My bad, putting you on the spot.
Yeah, that's a tough one. People like, why you said him and not me?
'Cause you probably has a lot of mentors. You think?
Yeah, I tried to learn. I consider myself a lifelong learner, and I've tried to learn from everybody who had anything to impart on me, man.
As you should. So whoever don't get named, don't worry about getting named because
Yeah.
you molded him.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I mean,
saying? Everybody
had
can't
your
be
fa-
named.
That part. So I guess the people that were closest to me, if I'm considering just in the context of like the shows that I was a part of, Meshack Taylor, man, and rest his soul, epic dude, brother. He was in Designing Women. I don't know if y'all remember that show from back in the day. It wasn't like it wasn't our culture, Designing Women specifically, but he was a star on that show, and he was a teacher on Neds Declassified, and
Okay.
he kind of showed me the ropes on a lot of just the industry. He helped my family out figuring out how to, run the business and stuff properly. Cool cat. He did like Muay Thai fighting and stuff like that. I remember he had these, his shins were huge because they do this practice where they will take these rods and beat their shins. Like in Thailand, they do it to the kids early on. So it'll refine the stuff and make it just like stronger. So, I mean, he had shins like titanium.
Wow.
But yeah, crazy cat. But yeah, there's so many people in your life that you meet though. But as far as comedy, I would say Meshack Taylor. He was a big influence for me. But I learned from so many people. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself life like in the future? Like what's your main goal that you have set for yourself?
Main goal, it changes every couple years, to be honest. And if you set a goal that you can kind of hit, then you're not setting your goals high enough. I kind of live by that. So I try to just adjust it, as I move forward, almost like inflation, just like keep rising.
Because it's rising.
Oh, it is. It is. It's
'Cause,
rising.
woo,
It's rising.
It's a double time out here.
Good Lord. Good Lord. But yeah. So like end result for me, I mean, I want to have impacted a lot of people positively. In the world of art, I want to express to people that you could have been born as anybody in the world, so appreciate everybody for their different approaches to life. Don't be so rigid in your mindset that you can't see the person in somebody, just because maybe they dress differently or the skin they're in is different than you or whatever. So that's something that I want to impart on people. But I want to continue, or I'm going to continue with all things entertainment, because in life, people need escapes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, for certain, man. And I've dabbled in technical things like I got my BA in linguistics, so that's just diving real deep into grammar and syntax and yada yada yada. And it's a very rigid subject that can help people when you're talking about reaching large amounts of people despite language differences and things like that. But entertainment, I feel like it's something where you really can impact people. So I want to continue to push the arts, continue to direct for some greats, continue producing, all of those things that will continue to just increase people's ability to enjoy this world, because it's a crazy world we live in, and there's a lot of hard decisions and responsibilities folks got to deal with, and for them to be able to just sit down for a moment and enjoy something that's a huge gift to give to the world, in my opinion. So I want to come up with creative ways to continue to do that and be fulfilled and have my community be able to pool resources and, have it be a viable
we have to pick each other up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you have to work as a team, because if one brother or sister fall, they can pick you up. You know what I'm saying? Some people want the cream for themselves. At the end of the day, if you don't have a team, LeBron ain't win a championship by himself.
No.
Michael Jordan, nobody.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody had help.
Yeah.
But I think today's age, everybody wants to do it themselves too much.
Yeah.
And not depend on help.
Yeah.
I remember LeBron, I remember the days he was by himself.
Yeah.
But could you tell inspiring actors, like, to get to your point, can you just give them some game to dedication, motivation?
Dedication, motivation. Okay, man, hard work pays off. That's in every field you'll ever find yourself in. And honesty works, Be honest with yourself. If you are or not actually applying yourself, waking up every day, figuring out what the opportunities are, assessing where you fit in that, and seeking out work, because there are opportunities out there, but you have to put that work in to be in front of the right people and showcase your talents. It's so easy, especially if you make that move out to LA, to just get caught up in the party life and kicking it, chilling, even if it's with prestigious people. But be honest with yourself and ask yourself, are you doing the hard work? That's the main thing that I can say. Just honesty about how much effort you are putting in towards your craft, because it's easy to just get lost in the sauce and just feel like, hey, I'm out here and hey, we winning. It's so easy to just put up a post on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's getting done. But is it? Just sit and just evaluate. Facts. Even just write down a list of things. Write down a list of goals, and then in that week, check and be like, okay, how many of these goals did you hit? Are you really working? Yeah, you might have to switch the career up a little bit.
Yeah, it is easy to get caught up out here because there's always something going on. Every single day, someone can hit you up. This event's right now. This event's tomorrow. Yeah. So I can see how you can get caught up really easily.
Yeah, no, big facts, man.
Do the sponsor.
So we're going to take a quick little break, and we are going to give a shout out to our sponsors. 24/7 Live Culture is the premier multimedia platform for Black creatives dedicated towards changing the landscape of Black culture and media. 24/7 Live Culture serves as a resource for artists to share their work with the world. We offer musicians, actors, entertainers, and business owners a space to tell their stories through exclusive interviews. Tap in with the site for the latest Black culture around the world. 24/7 Live Culture. Follow us on all social media platforms.
Feel me? Tap in.
Tap
be
in.
Out here.
So, did you? I'm pretty sure you watched the NBA Finals.
Yeah, man.
What's your take on it, man?
What is my take?
Was you rooting for Jimmy? I ain't gonna lie, I was rooting for Jimmy.
Man,
but Joker fired though.
You want the underdog to win, bruh? The Joker ain't no joke though. You know what I mean? Like the way this man would put up a layup, turn square around, big shoulders, walk through the paint, like just knocking people off of him, like bulldozing. Bulldozing. You are not gonna get in my way. I'm not gonna sidestep, none of that. He set his path and he go down it, like, and it just is what it is. It's too much mass and motion. They can't do nothing with the Joker, man. It's cold.
It's gonna be hell trying to deal with him for the next couple of years.
It's his time. It's his time. He got a couple more years because they ain't figured him out. Like Adebayo was down there trying, but he was just getting pushed around. Cold world.
Facts.
Yeah. Jimmy though, oh man, I really thought he was gonna be able to pull something off, even in that last the fourth quarter, I think around like 3 minutes in or something like that. I was like, they turning this thing around. Okay. They went up 1 point. That was the only point. That was the only little bit of leverage they got in there, man. It was over from there. But yeah. It's got to suck getting beat by a team called the Nuggets, though.
No, let me not. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to be quiet. But I'm glad they did win. It was their first championship win.
Oh, yeah. 37 years? I think is that 30-something? Yeah. However long they've been here,
Yeah, Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon. KCP, you know, some
in there. Yeah,
some culture
Caldwell,
guys.
hey,
You know.
Pope,
Caldwell
you know,
Pope.
and we in LA, you know, it hurt a little bit, but I'm happy to see the man do his thing. You know, he left us and got his little ring.
Hey, the
but,
crazy thing,
yo,
Thomas Bryant requested a trade from the Lakers. He went to the Nuggets and got a chip. Crazy.
It is what it is. Smart. I mean, well, I don't want to say smart, man. I think that was a guess, but still, he landed in the right place, and that's what matters sometimes. So,
Facts.
dang, yeah, I wanted LA to make it to the finals, man. But it is. What
I
it
did
is.
too.
I mean, I believe they'll come back. LeBron wasn't healthy, man. He wasn't healthy. You know, I ain't gonna blame it on that because at the end of the day, what coaches say, if you hurt and still play, you good.
Yeah, you good. You out there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You gonna let this man beat you? All right. No. Get off the floor. If you ain't ready to play, don't get on the floor. So you're right about that.
So about music, tell the people where they can hear your music. You know what I'm saying? Because you got music videos and out things like that.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, this day in the day of the web, you can just search my name, Daniel Curtis Lee. You can find anything. I done had aliases, St. Maurice, Dandy on the fly, all this. So yeah, go ahead, check out Spotify, wherever, iTunes Music. But the podcast, that's what I'm really pushing. So yeah, on the podcast, the Neds Declassified podcast. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts. You can go to YouTube to see it, Spotify as well, and just really kind of everywhere. Just search our names and you got us.
And then I saw that you guys are doing the recreation videos on Instagram.
Oh,
where
yeah.
you're taking the past Ned videos from the actual scenes, and then you guys are recreating. I thought that was like really cool.
Yeah. For a moment, and I hope I didn't interrupt, but for a moment, like I was like, oh, this is corny. I'll never do this. It's not happening. There's no. And just even with like TikTok, like I just got verified on TikTok like yesterday, and I'm like, I never thought I would be like, I would see the day where I'm like, oh yeah, I got verified on TikTok, and I'm excited about it. But I put in a little effort,
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing that. It's a lane. Nostalgia is a lane to go down. For the longest. Or at least in my experience and the experience of many of my peers from the whole child actor, circle, you want to get away from that character. Like, oh, I want to do anything just so someone can watch my work and say, oh man, I can't believe you were Cookie. I don't want people to look at me as that character, or for the longest that was the case. But now it's like, why deny these people who support you? They know you from this. And you added to the best years, for some of them of their lives. Don't shy away from that. Do whatever other great things you want to do in this life. Absolutely, don't stop that. But don't push these people away who you could continue to add value to their lives with. Just embracing them and putting out some content that is geared towards them. And we've been getting a great response from it. So I've enjoyed doing those reaction videos.
Yeah, because we remember it.
Turn up.
Yes.
We remember it. We do. Man, I remember waking up, watching that before school. It'd be like, and then when you actually came to school, it was like, that's Daniel Curtis, that's Cookie, walking in the halls.
Right.
I'm like, me.
No,
I ain't gonna say I was too popular, but I was up there.
Oh, this dude, no, bro, he had all the chicks, bro. He was running the school,
he's
man.
lying.
I believe it. I believe it.
Don't listen to that.
I believe it.
Don't
cap. Don't cap.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who is this? Because the shorties was like, oh yeah, Cookie. Man.
He was faking.
But I seen what he can do on the football field. Unfortunately, we did lose in the first round of the playoffs.
I think that's because I left.
He
stole it out there. He said, I don't know if I can co-sign that. Bro,
you probably a little bit.
We had a solid season, bro.
Yeah,
I thought we were going to take it, man. I remember I hated Madison Central, bro.
Yeah, we got blew out by Madison Central,
bro. That was
forget you, Madison. I mean, it's all love.
No, it's not love. No, what are they? The Jaguars, Tigers?
Jaguars.
No, Madison Central. No, I don't rock with y'all, man.
Hey, look, I remember.
What Madison Central did y'all?
What did they do to? It's just
first
a rivalry, man. Go ahead.
First off, it's kickoff. They kicked me the ball, running to the wedge, almost score. We scored first, 7-0.
Yeah, we thought we was up. It was a big win. they said not again.
Nah, boss. I think it was like 40-14 or something.
By the end of it? Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about we couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Offense, y'all couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? If the offense can't stay on the field,
Dang.
that mean your defense on there all day.
Cold
Defense
world.
gonna get tired.
Yeah.
Gonna get tired, boss.
It's the way it works.
Well,
You know what I'm
shoot, you
saying?
I had
should.
a couple sacks that game too, man. I was in it. Man, but they played dirty too, man. I remember they was pinching in the like in the pile up and everything. I'm like, oh, they tripping.
Did you ever have like aspirations of playing college ball, even though you was acting or anything? If you would have got a scholarship?
You know what? Because I left to go and film the Disney show, Zeke and Luther, right after, right before the playoffs.
Which you was nominated for Young Artist Award too.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You get
Couple
nominations.
little accolades, man. I appreciate it. They show some love. But I had aspirations, but I think kind of everybody does, but at some point you do have to come to grip. Like I had an MCL tear, I think at one point too.
I remember that.
I think that was like top of the season or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a slight tear because then I came back and was killing, man. But I'm like, yo, once you like certain injuries, your timeline of being able to put your body through this type of beat down, day in day out, not gonna work. So I doubt college football was for me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
And acting was there. Luckily, I had something else that I was dialed into, and a job that was consistent. So I was like,
Yeah, that's good.
it.
How do you think people deal with their mental health during like having an acting career? Because it can be so up and down.
Deal with the mental health. I think there are a lot more options out now, and people talk about mental health in a more acceptable way, because it used to be, dang, that's crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, leave him alone, leave him to his own devices type thing. But nowadays I think it is in our culture as Americans to check in on people when they're having mental health crises. So I think that's a healthier environment for child actors to grow up in, despite the other aspects of being a child in entertainment that can just throw a whole bunch of curveballs and rough stuff at you. I think at least we have these open discussions, and people feel like, oh, there's hotlines you can call. You can go to a doctor and tell them what you're experiencing without them being like, oh, send them to the lock them up in the psych ward or something like that. So I think there's help out there, but these conditions that people are facing still need to be addressed, and I think we as a community can definitely do a lot more to help people out when they do experience these crises. And maybe we take the cameras off of them when they're in those bad situations.
Because a lot of people just like to pull out cameras first thing,
pulling out a camera phone, and this person is going through an episode.
Yeah.
Can you check on them first?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Life.
Shoot, even shows. Like, like reality shows, I just feel like sometimes people overexpose other people when it shouldn't even really be like that. But hey.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
Clickbait, man. That's the name of the game. And like, I find myself, even with our podcast, like certain topics, it's like, okay, could this be a headline? Would it get a lot of views? But is it worth getting those views?
Yeah.
Just to, certain topics, it's like, yeah, we'll stay away from that.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
But, it's all about ad space, and it'll make people do crazy things and inhumane things. And that's really messed up. Like you mentioned the reality TV stuff. Like, I hope I don't, push anybody away that, I'm currently working with. But Zeus TV, like some of their stuff, I'm like, dog.
I know, because I'm caught up on Bad Boys. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to watch and you get locked in. But it's like, oh, it feels like a sin.
Yeah. I definitely see where you're coming from and feel that for sure.
Zeus, you don't know about Zeus?
No.
Oh, Zeus? Oh, they...
but
reality TV shows, I think the last reality TV show I watched was Flavor Flav.
Oh yeah, you need to catch up, because Zeus is Zeus is changing the game out here. I tell you right now.
You got the right idea though. I think you're in a good place. You probably have healthy thoughts up there. 'Cause if you watching Zeus, it's rough, man.
Yeah, it's nothing's off limits on Zeus.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
you got pregnant women fighting their doctors and all type of.
They bailing people out of jail.
Yeah,
just to be on a show, just a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
clickbait. Them
clickbait.
clicks, man. Yeah, I did a music video with Blueface. Oh yeah,
Blueface
Blueface.
baby.
Yeah,
Blueface baby.
Yeah,
Hey, boy, my boy got the tone, boy. He's coming through. When we got him in the studio, like, I mean, he came through and like, he just sat there, felt the beat for a little bit, and he just started writing, man, and like he really locked in. So I think he's a craftsman, man. Everybody has their craft, and it's good to give people those outlets outside of the multitude of crazy things that we as young adults can find ourselves involved in. So I love when there are those outlets for people. So I'm glad that he is using that as a vehicle for him to pursue his goals or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like they have a show, him and Krishan on
Crazy in Love
on Zeus. Crazy in Love, man. But yeah, so it's so crazy what the reality stuff, man, is tough because reality is hard enough as it is, but to
yes, it is.
put the cameras on, that's hard. Yeah.
I mean, some people live for it.
Would
you ever do reality TV?
Well, man, these days, reality TV, yeah, see, that's different. But I mean, on the podcast, I feel like it's kind of reality.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But you only just giving your thoughts. It's not really you got to give your actions and this is me and I'm gonna represent myself and da da da.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not interested in. That's not what I'm like looking for. But if it was something like tasteful, like, and then I'm trying to think.
I like how you
reality
said
TV,
tasteful.
Tasteful, you know what I mean? Like if it was like a traveling, like tasting the food. Speaking of tasteful,
Okay.
but going around tasting foods in different countries and
Gotcha.
stuff like that.
That'd probably be dope.
Yeah, like.
But you wouldn't have like a family, like even like Kardashian type of reality show, like following like your life.
I couldn't see it. Life is
I
too.
wouldn't do
It's
that.
too much going on in life, man.
Yeah,
to,
it's too like intimate too. It's just like knowing all my business.
all my business, and then tying these people up into it, and then what's real, what's not. Like, yeah, that's tough because we're working with one of our artists to do like a reality TV show, and we do have to kind of let them know, like, hey, don't get too lost in this sauce, man, because it gets saucy out there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is it anything you want to just tell people about you that they don't know? Anything before you leave?
About me, I mean, not too much, man. We touched on the directing, traveling, college, yeah. I have a film coming out that I produced with another one of my co-stars, Hutch Dano from the Zeke and Luther show.
Oh, nice.
It's called As Certain as Death. It's a horror film that touches on like drug abuse and things like that. So there's a couple messages in there.
When it drop?
So it's hitting TV on demand on the 11th of July. I gotta send you an invite to the premiere for that too. But it's also featuring Lindsay Shaw, who is my podcast
Nice.
co-host as
Okay.
well. So she's in there. David Lambert, who was on The Fosters on ABC, he's in there. Courtney Palm. And so we got some hard hitters. Oh, and I got a little cameo in there too, so I'm in it. So
that's gonna be good. Okay.
yeah, man, yeah.
Appreciate you, coming on the show, speaking your views and shit. You know what I mean?
Dropping it.
BoomBox
Yes.
Weekly,
BoomBox
247.
Weekly.
Weekly.
Tap
yes,
in.
yes.
Easy.
And you can watch exclusive films from 24/7 LC right now, all on 24/7 LC TV, where you can subscribe to get access to a large catalog of Black films around the world. 24/7 LC Film is an award-winning film production company dedicated towards telling stories that matter. You can subscribe on 247lctv.com for more shows.
Now tap in.
Tap in. Let's go. Oh yeah, Neds Declassified podcast every Wednesday. Check us out.
Yes.
It's the day before they podcast, so you can watch BoomBox right after.
Yes.
You feel me?
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, let's
tap,
go.
tap, tap in.
You're listening to BoomBox Weekly.